Well, you found us again. It's another terrific every other Thursday training video, and today George is going to talk about sorting unsorted drop downs. Very unusual topic, but we're going to show you how to do it because it does exist in various places. We'll be right back. All right, George, you found something fun to work with. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, the issue has come up a couple of times lately, where there are a couple of places in my Koha where there are drop-down lists that aren't sorting properly. Maybe before we get going, I should say I'm George Williams. I'm the next search catalog coordinator at Northeast Kansas Library System.
Very good. I'm Christopher Brandon with the Coeur d'Alene Public Library and Inland Share. I have to work on that because I kept wanting to say the other
You've
consortium.
been saying the
So
other thing
Inland
for,
Share.
25 years, so makes sense that you would have some trouble switching.
Well, not quite 25, but yes.
But it's been a long time.
Long time. Yes.
Uh,
All right. Show us what you
So
have.
anyway, there are a couple of places in my Koha where drop-down lists aren't sorting properly. So I'm going to go to patrons and I'm going to look up my test patron, my extended family of test patrons. And the first place that I've got an issue where these aren't sorting properly is in uh, the batch patron modification tool. So I've got 4 patrons selected here, and I'm going to send them over to the batch patron modification tool. And when I go down, library sorts as expected, and patron category sorts the way I expect it to. But it's patron attributes. These I've got O K C A G H I K K O K. I mean, they're all over the place.
It's all over the place.
The other place that I'm getting this is when I go to, this is a not a direct Koha issue, but it's an issue with one of the plugins. We use the batch permissions modifier. And so if I go to the batch permissions modifier, my patron lists and my uh, templates are not sorting in alphabetical order. Here I've got all my patron lists, and the alphabetization is just nutty. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Hmm.
So in my system preferences in Internet User JS, um, I've got this piece of code I can put in here. And once it's in there, if I go back and if I reload this with the same values, now I've got an alphabetical list. And if I
Beautiful.
reload this one, this is now alphabetical. And believe me, we've got a lot of lists and a lot of patron lists. It's a lot easier to do the patron batch modification if they're alphabetically sorted. So in the patron batch modification, this was out of order for a long time, and there was a ticket. I think there was at some point there was a bug and it was patched and it was fixed, and then now it seems to have reverted. I mostly use the patron batch modification for our process of deleting expired patrons. And last year we slowed down on that process because we were in the middle of migrating our OPAC to Aspen Discovery. And at some point, and so I didn't batch delete patrons for a huge chunk of time last year. And then when I started getting back in the habit of doing it weekly again, all of a sudden these were out of order. So I think there was a reversion somewhere, um, And I just didn't, it could have been when we upgraded to 2411, or it could have been before that. I'm not sure when it broke. But at some point it was fixed and now it's not fixed. So I need to go in and put in a new bug and say this isn't sorting properly and see if somebody can fix it again.
And
The
your suspicion is that it's just sorting in the order that it things were added.
that's my suspicion. Yeah, is it's
Mm.
sorting. There's probably a code. We can look in here and see what these are. Uh, but in this drop-down menu, uh, there are values and then there are descriptions essentially. And my suspicion is that they were sorting in alphabetical order by the option value instead of the
Oh,
option
by the
name.
value. Yeah.
And the same is true, definitely true with the batch permissions modifier. This one doesn't need a bug in Bugzilla so much as it needs I need to find the page where the developer that created the batch permission modifier created that plugin on their GitHub site and leave a message there that says that this isn't sorting right.
Mm.
Um, but the code that I wrote is code that I had used before, so I recycled it. I had to go back and find it. But what I've done is I've created a function called sort menus, and it takes an item ID and it just runs through this formula to say, convert the text of the value to uppercase, and then go ahead and sort them. And then you can find the batch permissions is on the page that's on is tools mod borrowers. That's the batch patron modification. And then it's just finding the patron attributes drop down and applying that function to it. And then with the batch modify permissions, it's doing the same thing. It's finding the patron list ID and the borrower number drop down, and it's just saying take these things and sort them.
Mm.
So it's a pretty simple function. I'll put it up on the Koha wiki so that it's there for anybody that wants to use it. And this has happened. I think at some point, another place that I know that this effect used to affect was the SMS providers drop down. That was always sorted alphabetically, but I don't think hardly anybody's using that anymore. So that's probably not an issue. And I think that at some point that got fixed too. So, but if you have a drop down that isn't sorted, what I'd recommend is if you want it to sort, you can use this jQuery to get it to sort. But then you also need to file a bug in the Koha community that says this doesn't sort right. And then
Yeah.
somebody out there can write a patch to make it sort right, and then you can get rid of the code.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're dealing with that, nobody likes to have to sift through an unsorted list. That's a pain in the rear,
It requires thinking, and I don't want to do
especially if your
that.
list is big.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of patron attributes, so it's nice to be able to find things in that list. So
Yeah.
it's even worse with our patron lists with the batch permissions modifier because we got dozens of lists. I think we have close to 100.
Wow.
So
All right. Well, George, thank you for sharing that little tweak there, that little workaround. And folks, if you find that fix interesting or helpful, or if you have something similar that you'd like to share, you can reach out to us on Mattermost. We'd love to hear from you what you thought about this workaround, and or you can contact us on our YouTube channel, youtube.com// koha-US, no dash. And leave a comment on the video if you're watching us on the actual YouTube channel. We'd love to see your comments. So remember to like and subscribe so you get notified when our videos are posting to the internet. And we're thankful to have you here, and we will see everybody again in 2 weeks.
See y'all later.